Hello, dear students. Namaste to all of you. I welcome you all. Today, we are going to discuss this chapter, Introduction to Trigonometry, chapter number 8 for class 10th. And as we know, this is the part of term 1 examination which is going to start in the month of November and December for this session 2021-22. We all know that for this session CBSE has decided to take or conduct the examination in two terms, term 1 and term 2. So this chapter, Introduction to Trigonometry, is the part of term 1 examination, and so it is very important. I am going to discuss all those questions of NCERT as well as the questions of other books too. So first of all, let's try to understand what does the trigonometry mean. Here there is a beautiful sentence by J.F. Herbert. There is perhaps nothing which so occupies the middle position of mathematics as trigonometry. Really a great statement. There is perhaps nothing which so occupies the middle position of mathematics as trigonometry. So the importance of trigonometry can be guessed from this statement by J.F. Herbert. Dear students, let us try to understand the literal meaning of the word trigonometry. You know, trigonometry, Trigonometry. This word is derived from the Greek word tri, tri. It means three. Geo and gun, it means side, and metron meaning measurement. So these things very clearly it is described in your NCERT book. The meaning, literal meaning of trigonometry, it is tri, gun, metron, that is three, sides, measure. In fact, trigonometry is the study of relationship between sides and angle of a triangle. That is the trigonometric ratios we will have to discuss. So now we start this trigonometry as we have discussed just now what the trigonometry means. The literal meaning of trigonometry is tri, gun, metron means three sides measurement, and you know, three sides measurement, it is nothing but triangle. So let us try to understand it. Here there is a triangle, we name it A, B, C. Here ABC is a triangle in which angle B, in which this angle B is right angle. Obviously, this triangle is a right angle triangle at B. So first of all, we will have to understand the particular name of three sides. This is a triangle having three sides, AB, BC and AC. So we will have to discuss what are the particular name of these three sides. Look here, this side AC is just in front of the right angle and it has a particular name. It is known as hypotenuse. Okay, so and the rest two sides are AB and BC. So it is very important to understand what are the particular name of these two sides AB and BC. The particular name of these two sides, it depends upon the angle for which angle we are going to describe these two sides. If suppose we are describing the sides AB and BC for the angle C, in that case AB is the perpendicular and BC it is base. It means this angle C is based on the line segment, that is side of the triangle BC. Therefore, BC is called base for this particular angle C. And another one, the rest side, that is AB, it is known as perpendicular for this particular angle C. But if we consider the angles, suppose A, in that case this angle is based on AB. So in that case AB will be base. In that case this AB will be base. If we consider the angle A and BC, it will be perpendicular. If we consider angle A. So I think you have got the idea that what are the name of the sides of a right angle triangle. It is hypotenuse, AC is hypotenuse, and perpendicular and base, the rest two sides, decided by the angles for which you want to describe. Okay, you got the idea. So my dear students, on the basis of angle, we know well there are three types of triangles: right angle triangle, acute angle triangle and obtuse angle triangle. So look here, suppose this is a triangle and each angle of the triangle less than 90 degree, obviously it is acute angle triangle. Now, if you draw a perpendicular from vertex A to side BC, and suppose it is AD, so it is perpendicular at the, now this acute angle triangle has been divided into two right angle triangle, that is ADC is a right angle triangle and again ADB is a right angle triangle. So just we have seen, if the triangle is acute angle triangle, it can be divided into two right angle triangles. Now again think for obtuse angle triangle. Suppose ABC, again ABC, it is an obtuse angle because this angle C is more than 90 degree, so it is an obtuse angle triangle. In that case, what we see, if we produce this BC and then we draw a perpendicular from A to this produced BC, suppose it is D, at D. Okay, so what you see, again we have a triangle ABD, it is a right angle triangle, and another one is ADC. So again this obtuse angle triangle has been divided into two right angle triangle. So right angle triangle is very important because other two types of triangles, that is if it is acute angle or obtuse angle, in both the cases we have seen it can be divided into two right angle triangles. Okay dear students, so you have seen and you have got the idea why the right angle triangles are very important. Now trigonometry that we discuss here at the level of class 10th, it is called plane trigonometry, because the triangles that we are describing or discussing here are constructed or formed on a plane, and about those triangles we are here to discuss. But my dear students, there are triangles that can be formed or constructed on a sphere. Almost our celestial bodies are considered as a sphere, and triangles can be formed through curved segments like this. This is also a triangle, but it is not plane triangle, it is a spherical triangle. When you draw triangles on a sphere through curved line, it is called a spherical triangles. So in that case, if we are discussing the trigonometry of spherical triangles, that is called a spherical trigonometry. It is not plane trigonometry. So no need to understand, but in your higher classes when you will go through these things, there you will have to study a trigonometry that is a spherical trigonometry. So if you say trigonometry, so broadly it can be divided into two types, a spherical trigonometry and plane trigonometry. So here we are ready to discuss the plane trigonometry, and as we have seen, trigonometry related with the triangles and particularly the right angle triangles are important to discuss here. Why? Because we have seen the acute angle triangle and obtuse angle triangles also can be divided into two right angle triangles. Okay, so it's very important thing that we have discussed. Now, trigonometric ratios. Dear students, here we have to discuss what does it mean by trigonometric ratios. The next thing is to discuss trigonometric ratios. It is very important. Trigonometric ratios. So let's try to understand what are these trigonometric ratios mean. See? Okay. If you find any difficulty, my dear students, you can ask. You can put your question in the chat box. I must reply it, and if I will find, I can have a special video related your query too. Okay. So let us start to understand the topic trigonometric ratios. Now see. Suppose suppose this is angle A and we say it is theta, and it is PQ, it is RS, UV and WX. Okay, so here you can see different triangles, and suppose all these angles, angle at Q, angle at S, angle at V, angle at X are right angle. So here you see how many different right angle triangles. It is AQP, it is a, or PQA, it is a right angle triangle. You see, again you see RSA, it is also right angle triangle. UVA, it is also right angle triangle. WXA, it is also right angle triangle. But what is the common thing between all these right angle triangles? Yes, this is the common thing. In each right angle triangles, you can see one angle, that is this angle A, is common between all these right angle triangles that we have described here. Okay, so this is the common thing. All these are right angle triangles, different right angle triangles, PQA, RSA, UVA, WXA, and in all these right angle triangles, what are common? The angles are same, right? one angle theta is common, another 90 degrees is common. So by AA similarity criteria, you can say that all these right angles are similar to each other. And what will happen if triangles are similar to each other? If triangles are similar to each other, then what will happen? If triangles are similar to each other, then what will happen? The ratio of their sides must be same. That is, the ratio of Wx by UV, Wx by UV just a minute please. Here we have seen that triangle AWX or triangle AUV are similar. What you will say? The ratio of AW by AU must be equal to ratio of AX by AV is equal to WX by UV. Okay, similarly for other triangles too. So what I want to convey you that if triangles are similar, then their ratios must be same. So the ratios must be same. Ratio of what? Ratios of their sides. That is, here we have seen AW and AB. AW, which is hypotenuse, with AU, it is equal to, suppose, perpendicular WX by UV. Also this ratio can be converted as, and you can write it as, AW by WX, it is equal to AU by UV. Okay, correct. So what you can conclude? You can see AW is the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. It is hypotenuse of right angle triangle. AXW and WX is perpendicular. So the ratio of hypotenuse and perpendicular of in the triangle AXW, and the ratio of AU is what? It is hypotenuse of triangle AVU, right angle triangle AUV. Okay, so it is the ratio of hypotenuse and perpendicular. So what you see, if the angle is same, and how many such right angle triangle can be constructed? How many such right angle triangle can be constructed? So infinite right angle triangles can be constructed. Such infinite right angle triangles can be constructed. Not only one, infinite right angles triangle can be constructed, but in all those infinite right angle triangles, if the angle is theta, the ratios of its hypotenuse and perpendicular, or perpendicular and base, base and hypotenuse must be same, ratios must be same, length must be different. Here AW, that is hypotenuse of one triangle, is not equal to AU, that is hypotenuse of another right angle triangle, but the ratio of hypotenuse, okay. So you have seen next again you have observed that AWX or AUV, these are similar triangles. So also you can say the ratio of AX with AV, it should be equal to ratio of WX by UV, and you can conclude it as AX by WX is equal to AV by UV. Okay, so you see it is AX by WX and AV by UV. You see now what you have observed? You have observed that a ratio of, it is AX is here base and WX is perpendicular, so ratio of perpendicular and base in these two triangles are same, and similarly you can prove it for other triangle here formed, and not only here 4 triangles that are formed, it is true for all infinite such triangles having the same angle theta. So in this way you can conclude, dear students, that in right angle triangle, if angle is same, as here angle is theta, the ratios of perpendicular hypotenuse perpendicular, base hypotenuse base, perpendicular base perpendicular, it must be same if the angle is same, that is here theta. Okay, so look here, these are known as trigonometric ratios. You can see it is called trigonometric ratios. So trigonometric ratios means in a right angle triangle there are 3 sides, or in this way we can form how many ratios? 6 ratios. We can form how many ratios? 6 ratios, and all these 6 ratios has its different name. Just I am constructing here a right angle triangle. Here it is a right angle triangle. ABC is a right angle triangle. It is ABC. It is a right angle triangle. Here AC is hypotenuse, you see, and at B it is right angle, and you know this angle A, it may be theta or any other measurement. Now, so such a triangle can be infinite, having the same angle B. You got it? Sorry, same angle A. How many right angle triangles can be formed? Infinite right angle triangle can be formed, can be constructed having same angle of measurement A. Got it? So this is the thing we must understand, and for this particular angle, sine of angle A, it means the ratio of perpendicular. You know, for this angle A, BC is perpendicular, AC is hypotenuse, AB is base. So for this particular angle A, sine of A, it is denoted by BC by AC, that is ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse. cosine of A. Cosine of A, it is the ratio of base and hypotenuse. It is known as cosine of A. So it is AB by AC. Tangent of A, it is ratio of perpendicular and base. So for this angle A, the perpendicular is BC and base is AB. Cosecant of A, it is reciprocal of sine of A, that is hypotenuse, ratio of hypotenuse and side opposite to angle A, that is perpendicular. So here AC and the perpendicular is BC. Again secant of A, it is ratio of hypotenuse and base. It is just reciprocal of cosine, so it will be AC by AB. And cotangent, which is just reciprocal of tangent, and it must be ratio of AB by BC, that is base by perpendicular for this angle A. Okay, so these are known as trigonometric ratios, and in short, sine of angle A, cos of angle A, secant of angle A, cosecant of angle A, tangent of angle A and cotangent of angle A. In short, it is written as sine A, cos A, tan A, cosec A, sec A and cot A respectively. Okay. So dear aspirants, you got the idea? What does it mean by the trigonometric ratios? And one thing I would like to mention, it is very important. Okay, that sine A, just we have seen, sine A means sine of A, it is ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse. So please always understand that sine A, it doesn't mean sine into A. Okay, sine A, it has a combined meaning. In polynomial, as you see, Px is a polynomial, and you describe x squared, suppose 2 or 3, anything. Now, here Px has its own meaning. You don't say P into x. Similarly, sine A, it is a sine, and here A means a particular angle. It may be 30 degree, 40 degree, 2 degree, 5 degree. Now, whatever you want to substitute here. For that, you have to find the ratios between perpendicular and hypotenuse. You got it? So never misunderstand that sine A, it means sine into A. Okay? So in this way, we have discussed the theoretical part of our trigonometric classes, and the first one part that we have discussed here, it is trigonometric ratios, and what are these trigonometric ratios and its particular name, why, all these things we have discussed. Okay, so in our next class we will discuss the questions of NCERT book, that is 8.1, exercise 8.1, which is related with the trigonometric ratios, that we will discuss. Okay, thank you, happy journey, good day.